Excuse me. A lot of clearing my throat to start the stream. Hi, everybody. Hey, Stilling. So I was working on the game a little bit yesterday, and I realized I had left out two abilities, but I went and coded them all. I also added this little outline around the sprite, which I've got to figure out what I'm doing. So yeah, I had Sweeping Arc in the game and Crush, but I didn't have the mods for them. So I added them in, and then I started adding tooltips for Slash. So you can see this one is already working, and this one says adds a 0% chance, 10% per level to deal 500% damage. And when you click this, it goes up to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And this one causes the enemy to bleed for 2 damage per second, plus 0.5 per level. And you click it and it goes up. So, I mean, this is pretty obvious stuff that needs to be done, but it takes time to do that. So what I want to do is I want to check in the work that I've done so far. But hey, Casey. Hey, Shane. Hope everybody's doing well. Yeah, the reason I'm starting a little late, it's about 10 o'clock for me, is because I had an appointment just before this. And that and the travel time, I couldn't start really any sooner than this. So unfortunately, that really just means today's probably getting cut an hour short, I think. But maybe not. I also have something in the evening tonight, so we'll see how it goes. Anyway, I want to check this stuff in quickly. What is this? Oh, this is Crush. So Crush slash Constants. Did I do anything else in here? No, that's it. Okay, so definitely those. Crush slash Constants. It's probably Sweeping Arc. Yeah. VC funding. It would be interesting to get funding from like a, I don't know, a third party, I guess. I got an offer from a friend for funding the game, and well, funding some of the game at least. And it was like, it's tempting to take them up on it, but it's a friend, and I don't want to like take my friend's money just to make a game. You know, if I was friends with, let's say, like Jeff Bezos or something, and Jeff was offering, he's like, Adam, I want this game to come to fruition. Here's $1 million. I'd be like, sure thing, why not? But yeah, it's not like that. I probably need this. Yeah, I do need this. All right, character sprite is not part of this. This is part of this, but just not this bit. Yeah, so let's check in just these. Stage, and then I think that's everything. Yeah. So add mods for remaining abilities. I'd somehow forgotten about Crush and Sweeping Arc. I also added some descriptions, or I added descriptions for the slash abilities. Yeah, or slash mods. Okay, cool. Hey, 3D Extended. All right, so we are on a very important task today. Where is the task? Projects, this thing. Allow for having multiple characters. Yeah, so this is one of the whole points of the game. And a lot of old school RPGs, and actually even newer ones, you have, one party because you're manually controlling it. And so maybe you have multiple characters in that party, but still, it's not like you're controlling many at a time. Actually, there was some game a long time ago, Legend of the Seven Stars. God, this game sucked. No, that's not what it was called. Or Secret of the Stars? Legend of the Seven Stars was Super Mario RPG. That game was good. Yeah, I think it was called Secret of the Stars. Man, a friend of mine said this game was fun, and so I played it, and I hated every second of it. It was just, it's not a good game. But this game did have two different parties in it, and you could control two different ones. I guess Final Fantasy VII also kind of had that toward the end. But anyway, not many games did this sort of thing. Why not accept third-party stream donations like PayPal, etc.? That I just haven't set up again yet. Yeah, I'm not necessarily opposed to that, but yeah, I just haven't done it. You have like one strand of hair going down your forehead, rebelling against the rest. All right, unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to see very easily. Let's just do this. Oh, perfect. All right, let's hope that's good enough. I don't pay very close attention after I get out of the shower to like, has hair fallen? All right, so for testing, automatically start the player with the second character. This is in preparation for you getting more. So yeah, let's take a look. I don't know what we're starting with now. Probably the warrior. Is that correct? Yes, start game with character. All right, so what is this doing? It is adding a warrior. We can't technically do this twice, right? So we need to add in the character that you specify, and then also, I guess, let's just throw in a mage here. And then add overworld character, invalid argument. Oh, yeah, I see. We need to do this like this. All right, so this one's going to be the mage. And then this one will set its position plus equal vector 2, like 100, 100. So it'll just be moved to the side. We've done this before. Oh, wait. All right. Yeah, we've done this before, and I've seen what this kind of looks like. Yeah, so here's our mage, and here's our warrior. We actually can't control the warrior anymore. I don't know why that's the case. Oh, because we're marking the input as handled. Yeah, if we were to go into overworld character and go into the right click and then just not mark it as handled, now we're moving both characters. And they can both get into battles, and we could, you know, maybe sort of kind of control. Yeah. It's... So this is the kind of thing we're going to be working on this morning so far. Hey, Loken. And I don't want the concept of you moving like 10 different characters at a time. At least I don't think so. Maybe that could be done eventually. But yeah, I think what we want to do is have the concept of a selected character. So this is done. So now require you to select a character to move it. Probably allow for selecting by clicking the overworld character. So maybe add a bigger collider that's just for clicking. All right, the thing that should know that it's selected is probably, I mean, the character needs to know it's selected so that it can know to handle this. But then lots of stuff outside of the character needs to know that it's selected. So I guess there could be a signal like selected. And we pass in, we actually don't have any way of identifying this character. Yeah, we don't have any way of identifying it. Good. Hey, Trackley. Hey, Clogless. How many hours am I into development? You can kind of track this with the journal command. Not exactly, and I'll show you what I mean in just a sec. Let me just fix something over here. Okay, good. Yeah, so if you take a look at this, I started development on this day, yeah. So I started on the 18th, and most days since then have been developing this. So we're probably... I'm going to estimate like 40 hours in, something like that. And we're going to be spending another maybe like... maybe another 20, something like that. I'm not sure exactly yet. Also, let me just add this here, I guess. Spent all day developing. Idle Ascendants. Yeah. The game isn't just going to magically look better than this in time for the prototype. So like, well, this isn't the title screen, but if you've seen the title screen before, it's literally just the words Idle Ascendants and then a start game button. That's it. I'm not going to spend more time on that. And so for the final game, yes, that would be really sucky. You'd want a logo, you'd probably want music, you'd probably want a background or something like that. Just not going to do that for this. So yeah, the world map is what's keeping track of the skill tree. And I feel like this is just kind of becoming a little bit of a dumping ground. But the skill tree should be connected to the selection signal for a character. And it should know how to update this. I guess what we could do is we could just pass in the character data. Or you know what? Let's just, what am I doing? Let's just pass in the overworld character, of course. Here for you. 40 hours in, 20 hours to go would be 67% complete. Right. We're 2/3 of the way. Yeah. If we had another like 50, or sorry, the total is like 52 or 53 or something, we'd be 75%. Okay, so you know that you've clicked a character when you left click it, I guess. And that's what should happen here. Yeah. Last 20% takes 80% of the time. Normally it does, yeah. And I think it would usually be the same way here, but like I said, we've been cutting corners. We'll probably continue to do that. All right, so when you press the left mouse button, we're gonna select this. And then this thing should know that it's selected, although it won't know that yet. And then how do I want to do this? Only the selected character should get do var is selected bool equals false. Whoops. All right, so this should only work if we're selected. This should mark us as selected. And then in the world map, we want to know, we add in characters here. So I guess we want to know all the player characters. Var player characters, or like all player characters or something. This could just be a function that gets them all. I don't know how often we want to do this sort of thing. For you. How's it going for you? So get all player characters. It should just be able to type this for me. Yeah. It's an array of overworld character though. And this needs to know that. So for child and overworld characters, get children, get the overworld character. We don't need this part here. If is owned by player, append it, return it. Good, cool. All right, that's good. Now we want to connect on adding a character. If is owned by player, then overworld character dot selected dot connect to self dot on character selected. It's actually on player character selected. Now in this one, this is going to pass in the character, and we're going to go through each one of these and deselect it. This is not how we do this. This is how we do this. Var player characters. Oh, nice. It knows. Then we go through each one for... Oh, come on. Good. Okay, there we go. And then just deselect it. Sure. Okay, now we don't have a deselect function, so let's go code that. Deselect. There. And then when you do select a character, I guess this could set selected or something like that. Anyway, when you do select a character, we want to add a material to them. I don't know where I do this stuff. Material. It's in character sprite right now. Yeah, this should be changed probably. I haven't had time to Turing test anyone in quite a while. Oh, great. Just bought a house together with my girlfriend. Finished moving in. Been a busy bee. Nice. Yeah, congrats. That's a big move. Quite literally. And the Turing test, have you ever actually determined that someone's a computer? Because now it's more relevant than ever. And I think it'd be also harder than ever. All right, so I want to do this, but just not in character sprite, I think. Or at least I don't think I want to do it there. Maybe we have something like this, set outline with shader. This is in the character sprite of the overworld character. So this knows it has a character sprite, right? Character sprite. What, right there. Add child sprite. Okay, what does this get saved as? This probably won't even work anymore, will it? Because nope, it worked. Okay, good. Then let's go find out what is in here. Game, world map, overworld characters, overworld character. It's called character sprite. Okay, that makes sense. It gets the name that I would have expected. And that means that in overworld character, when you select your character, we're going to get character sprite as character sprite dot set true. And then in deselect, we're going to set this to false. All right, I hope this works. So we should be able to click a character now. It is not working. What did I break? Why can't I click this? I must have forgotten something. Parameter character is never used. I mean, I guess we could just have a set selected. Yeah, let's do that. Func set selected bool. So if is selected, set this thing. We don't even need to do this. We can just do this. Selected. Yeah, and then get rid of deselect, and then also get rid of this. And now, this is a little bit weird. I guess set selected. Oh, this is a bad idea. All right, what do we have here? Where's the world map here? Okay, so if the character's already selected, then maybe we just don't do anything. Character is selected. Then just return? I don't know. I shouldn't optimize for this yet. If player character equals, this is the selected character. Then continue. And I guess in this case, it's going to be, well, it's going to be select. Otherwise, it's going to be this. So we could just code it like that. All right, whoops. Oh, and this doesn't even exist anymore. It's going to be set selected. And so we can just delete this and say this here. Nice, much cleaner. All right, now what's broken? Because probably this isn't going to work still. Wait, what am I doing? I'm just on autopilot. I should be able to click this. No, why can't I click you? What's going on? 4 is shadowing another thing. What is it shadowing? Oh, is player character the name of something? No, wait. No, that's fine. Excuse me. What are we shadowing? What? I don't even understand. Property selected is not present. That's not true. And then what's the problem here? Local 4 player character shadowing another thing. Yeah, sure, it's fine. So this is going to just say character. All right, next we're probably going to debug this because it doesn't look like, yeah, it doesn't look like I'm getting this to work. So let's first reload this. You have actually just once, technically not a computer, but a pre-recorded video masquerading as a live streamer. So it does work every once in a while. He fooled all but one person. The venerable Horforia. Okay, there's still one tiny issue here. Oh, I see. Okay, this should be, I guess, selected val. All right, so now there's no shadowing going on. And if this still doesn't work, which we can't even really test anymore. Yeah, if it still doesn't work, then that means that there's a problem over here. So let's start with this. If you pressed the left mouse button, now we stop this one and press F5 over here. All right, and then we just click this thing. Hey, look at that. It's admitting it correctly. So that'll go over to here, right? Let's make sure it does. Yep, good. Then we go through all the player characters. There should be 2 of these, are there? Yep, there are. Now we go through each one and we call set selected properly, right? So let's go into this. The first one, set selected, is false. So set outline with shader is false and is selected as false. Yep. And then the next one, whoops. What? Why'd this get hit a second time? I don't care about this one. No, stop it. All right, so I don't care about the first one, right? This is gonna be false. No, this is true now. Okay, so set outline with shader is set to true. Okay, so then something must be broken in this. If it's true, set shader. I don't see a problem with this. I'm not exactly sure what's wrong. What is going wrong here? If is selected, then we move this. So this still isn't working. We call set selected. It's selected. How about we always set this to true? This and this to true as well. I mean, this is not obviously how I want this to work eventually, but let's at least see. So I click, oh, good. Okay. Yeah, so that does work. So this somehow isn't getting true here. We're emitting this with self. Character equals selected character. How could this not work? I guess we're not getting the same references that we expect from over here. Get all children inside overworld characters. If it's owned by the player, add it to this. And then return. So this must never be true. Huh. I wonder how. Hey Richie, is everything ready for April 1st? Yeah. So the today command talks a little bit more about this. For anyone who hasn't heard, so right now it's 10:15. So imagine 15 minutes ago, but on Monday. Make sure to be here then. We're going to play a game that we will play once and then never again. And there is a small prize for it. And it will last a total of 10 minutes. And then we're going to do a live book reading. It's going to be a very goofy day. Actually, it's not even going to be a goofy day. It's going to be like a goofy hour. Because it's going to mostly just fall in that whole 10 to 11 window. So if this is a good time for you today, then like I said, make sure to show up on Monday. It'll be a fun time. I'm probably overhyping it by like 40%. You might win, Horforia. You might. Who knows who's going to win? Who even knows the rules of the game so far? No one. It's going to be quite the experience. Yeah. Anyway, I always have a fun time on April Fools, and I don't look at it the same way that I think a lot of people expect. So just to be clear, anyone who hasn't seen me do April Fools before, a lot of people expect pranks or something, right? And I've done, I don't know, something sort of like that maybe once or twice, but usually it's just very goofy stuff that doesn't really fit into the normal routine. So it's not so much like, oh, it's got to be a surprise. Well, this game does have to be. Yeah, you're not overhyping it. Yeah. Yeah, I've got the whole April Fool's command here. I think I wrote when you should be here for this. Let me put this down over here. Yeah, we'll be on Twitch. Localized time here. Yeah. Yeah, so all the past ones that I've had are on here too. And I'll, at the end of Monday, hopefully have the new links added to this. You think it'll still be enjoyable to observe the game later in the VOD? I don't know if it's going to be enjoyable to even play the game if you're there live. Let me put it that way. So, will it be fun to watch later? I don't know. It probably won't be fun for anybody to participate in. It's a really silly idea, but I took a lot of time coding it yesterday, so we'll see how it works. But yeah, you just need to show up to Twitch, and then I'll explain all the rules. And like I said, it's exactly 10 minutes. And I have a pretty good idea of how it's going to go. But I don't know if anyone else is going to appreciate it like how I might not even like it. It might just be a waste of everyone's 10 minutes. But still, yeah, show up on Monday if you want to see whatever this is. So how could this return a different reference here? They should just be the same overworld characters. And I guess this is just never true. Let me just print this out. Will select. All right, so if this prints true, then something else is going wrong here. Ah, so something else is going wrong here. And look, it's happening twice. Why is it happening twice when I would click once? That's strange. E.pressed and button index is this. Then selected.emit self. Oh, and then set the input as handled. How is that a problem? How is that a problem? I don't understand. Oh, that fixed it, but why? No, it didn't fix it. Now I can't select this character. I can at least move this one around, though. What is going on? You press this, select the dot emit self. Report set input is handled. I just don't know what I'm doing wrong here. It's got to be something so basic too. Set selected. Okay, how about we also print out the will select %s%s. Yeah, let's print out the character as well. So character.character data.character class. I think that works. No, it's primary character data. Okay, so what's that doing? We click this, it says will select mage true. We click this one, it says will select mage true. Why? Why is that possible? Maybe I'm oh wait, is it because both are getting no, I don't know. What's going on? Maybe they both have the same area? Is that possible? Selected. No, you know what? This should probably just print over here. Yeah. Left clicked the primary character data dot character class. Yeah, something's definitely off here. So that says left click the mage. That says left click the mage. Yeah, so that's the problem. This somehow thinks that it's a mage. So what I think might be happening here is that I either oh, I think I know what's going on. I think because there can only be one player character. Oh, that's a mistake, right? Set player character. Why did I do this? All literally for this? That's it? Are you serious? Oh my god, yeah, it's literally just for this. Have you tried the Name 100 Women challenge? No, I do not know about any challenges going around the internet. The name field is optional. I hope mine's filled in. All right, well, this is a mistake. So we shouldn't keep track of the player character. We should just level up all your player characters when we do this, I suppose. And either way, this doesn't really matter, I guess. I don't even think this should have been a problem. Bar player characters. And then for each of them. Now, why would you think you're a mage? Where is your problem here? Create overworld, add overworld character. Add this one too. Add overworld character is owned by a player. Connect to its selected thing. I don't know what's going wrong there. Wow, yeah. Left click the mage. The only thing I can think is that they share the same area. That can't be the case though, or else this would have gotten into a battle as well. Was this a problem? Okay, let's not even add the mage then. Is this a problem even when it's just a warrior? Maybe it somehow thinks it's a mage still? Left clicked the warrior. No, it's not that. So it's only once I create this. Okay, what's going on in here then? Overworld character equals create, and then just return it. That part looks fine. Then we add it here. Has its own entered battle thing. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. It's the character itself that's messed up. Okay, what about this? Nope. Well, there is a true here. What does that do? Is owned by player. Just sets whether it's owned by the player. Oh, I'm so confused. Okay, well, let's see. Maybe there's something else in here that'll give us some insight into what's going on. All character data is owned by player. Primary to level up. Is owned by player. Set that. That's fine. That's fine. Hey, Wing Out. Hey, Mudkip. I wow. Just for laughs here, let's add in, maybe this will give us some insight as to what's going on. Let's add in a necromancer and just call this overworld character 3 and set its position to 100, 200. And now what does clicking that do? Click the necromancer, click the necromancer, click the necromancer. Okay, so the last thing to get constructed is the only thing it knows how to click. Yeah, and what would cause that? Oh my god, I know why. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Oh no. I'm not checking to see if you clicked this character at all. I'm just checking to see if you clicked. Oh my god, what a stupid thing. Okay. Oh, that took me way too long. All right, so how did we do this in the past? I guess we did this in the skill tree with the buttons that we have there. Skill tree button. Does this not have a thing? How do we check if we've clicked this? Left. I like faked button presses for this, didn't I? Yeah, button dot pressed. Where does pressed come from, I wonder? Hey, Joker Dan. Thanks for resubbing. We're at half a year now. Yeah. I appreciate it. What is this button? It's a skill tree button, and skill tree button inherits from button. Okay, so that's why. So then we don't have a pressed for a character sprite, but we do have an on mouse enter, or we can check to see if, it's got to be a way to do this. Check to see if we're inside the collider that we have for this. The game's coming along well. The follow age, you just click your name to see. So following since July 2nd, 2018. What was I going to do? I was going to do this and then go over to here and here and here and here. And it has collision shape 2D under overworld character. Overworld character, collision shape 2D. Okay, so there's got to be a way to check to see if you have, search for collision and see if I've done this before. There's got to be a way to check to see if you have the mouse is inside this thing. I have not done this. Okay, well, we'll figure it out. So var did click on self. So it's not get no character sprite. It's going to be collision shape 2D. Let's just look this up. Hey, Medguard. Yeah, classic programming mistake. GD script. Check if collision shape 2D has mouse. Yeah, we're probably at 67% now. Yeah, there's mouse entered, mouse exited. I don't want to keep track of whether the mouse is inside it the entire time, though. Yeah, this is probably what we've got here. Collision area is a rectangle. If it's a rectangle, you can do rect i.has point. The mouse cursor is in the rectangle of the collision area. You need to convert to what? Screen coordinates? Or to local coordinates? Yeah, did I ever do this? Because I'm pretty sure I did at some point. Huh. Okay, well, I guess not. All right, let's go do this then. Is or did click or whatever. All right, so we get the collision shape. We know that it's a rectangle 2D in this case. Bar rect equals this. All right, and then did click on self is just going to be if the rect dot has point. There is no has point. What is it supposed to be? Rectangle shape. Oh, they make a rect 2 for this. And then that is what has point. Rect dot has point. Okay, I see. So does rectangle shape 2D have a way of getting that? Godot documentation, rectangle shape 2D. What do we have? We got nothing. We have a size and we have a position from this. This actually does have get rect in it though. Okay, it's fine. Rect.get rect. Get rect dot has point. Okay, so now we get the point, which is the mouse position. And we want to add this to the world position. Does this have a reference to the world? No. Well, aren't you fun? Well, for now, this will just work, I think. Yeah. All right, let's try that. We do need to change the... Well, the world is always going to show up at 0, 0. So, I mean, I guess this will just always work, right? It is not working at all. I wonder where it thinks that rectangle is. Hey, Rabbit Orange. Hey, Jay. Yeah. Get R-E-K-T. Brutal, savage, wrecked. This is probably a problem. For screen space coordinates. Mouse's position in the canvas layer. I thought this would work. All right, let's print some things out here. Print rect, comma, there, and then print the mouse position. All right, and this is for, let's have it print out the character class as well. Is the art an asset pack or did I create it myself? It's, I mean, I guess it's technically an asset pack, yeah. There's the sprites command, which should respond within 4 seconds. There it goes, nice. And then print out the character class here. Character data dot, or no, it's primary character data character class, yeah, there. And then I guess just print out some hyphens as well. All right. Something's wrong here. Oh, this one. Now let's see what we got. So I click here. And the mage, it thinks that the rectangle is, okay, yeah, so the rectangle needs to be offset by whatever the character's position is. Is there like a get global rect? Hey, technician. Never keep up with one. I mean, there's not much going on in the YouTube chat. It's literally just Medguard there right now. All right, is there a way to get the global position of this? I mean, even if in this example, I guess we need to add in the position. This is really stupid. I want there to be some convenience function that's just like check to see if the mouse has clicked this. The UN class. If only. We don't have anything about global. No, we don't. Now Smoo is in YouTube chat as well. Hello, Smoo. SmooTube. I wonder if there's any other thing that people have been talking about here. Mouse input on an area 2D. Input pickable. It's capable to get input. Connect input event. Oh, are you serious? Oh my god. This is way easier. Oh man. All right. So what do we need? We need an area 2D. I mean, I have one, but then what does it have? Input event. Yeah, there it is. Wow. I'm pretty sure I did this before. I've gone through this exact same thing in the past. Yep, here it is. Well, look at that. It's ability button. I knew I did this, and it wasn't the skill tree. The skill tree had real buttons. Oh my god. Everything's going south. It's all going south. Too far south. We're at the South Pole right now. I should write this down. Godot engine area 2D. Yeah, I am writing this in the... No, I'm not writing it anywhere. I guess collisions. Okay, to see if the mouse has clicked in area 2D, you just need to connect the... Where is it? Input event signal. So simple. So very simple. Why you no work? There. Yeah, so just do something like this. It's an insane amount of Godot notes. Yeah, and they're all available. Oh, they're not automatically updated. Hey, Goose. All right, so we do this, and have it in. Easy peasy. Now let's go code this. So we go find ready, and we add this in here. This is not actually an area 2D though. What is it? What is it indeed? It's a collision shape 2D. Wait, why does this work? Because well, does collision shape 2D have what I want? We just change type of this to collision shape. It does not have input handling. Does character body have input handling? Input event. Yeah, collision object 2D has it. Wait, so what is the class hierarchy here? I just want to make sure of this and then write my notes. Character body 2D. This inherits from collision object 2D. So any physics body 2D has this. And it just so happens that an area is a physics body. Is that correct? No, it's a collision object. Yes. So anything that inherits from collision object. Or anything, I guess this should be like this, that inherits from collision object, e.g. character body 2D. Yeah. Oh, I can't believe it. All right, so the thing that we want for this extends from character body 2D, so it naturally already has an input event. So we can just do this. And then instead of unhandled input, we just handle the input. Easy peasy. Unfortunately, I don't know what this looks like. On input event. There it is. Viewport event. And then, yeah, so let's paste this into the notes. And what do we do here? Yeah, check to see if it's a mouse event. I'll just paste this in, but it's kind of funky. Do something here. Yeah. All right, that's our whole function that we want. Let's go copy paste it into where I need it. There we have it. Now we do set selected dot emit self and just delete all this stuff. Who cares? I'm so glad I didn't end up going with that route of doing things. So it's just did click on self. Yeah. Silly, silly, silly. Look at how easy of a function this is. All right, now let's go test it out. Now you should be able to just click all of these characters. Click. It does nothing, but I did say click. So we know that we clicked it. What's going on? I think I have something else that's wrong here. Mouse event, if is pressed and mouse button left, selected item itself. So is this not getting hit then? It probably isn't. Let's put a breakpoint here. Hey, Darkstorm. All right, so we click this and it does nothing. Why would it do nothing though? This has an input event. If it's a mouse button, hit the mouse event. If it's pressed and you press left click. So this isn't even getting hit. I don't know how that's possible. Yeah, I don't know how that's possible. Also, I guess technically we want to make sure this is owned by the player, so let's go do that. And is owned by a player. Did I mess something else up here? I must have. I wonder if it's even trying to handle this. I guess we could have just set a breakpoint here to figure that out. Wait, no, I did set a breakpoint here, and it's not even hitting this. That would only imply that I connected this wrong. Yeah, if it's not even trying to handle events. How am I messing up everything I'm doing right now? Input event.connect, and that was on area 2D. And in this case, we have a character body 2D, which should have this input event. Ready should be called. All right, let's just print out something here. Setting up the input event. Oh, input pickable isn't set to true. Oh my God. Yeah, thank you, Django. I forgot that. Okay, so let's go do that. If is owned by player. Actually, do I want to do that? Maybe we just always set input pickable equals true. All right, I'm going to give you a point for that for sure. Django, there you go. You put much formal thought into game design. There are a bunch of books out there on the subject. I thumbed through one and I was a little blown away at how much thought goes into clever little design features that have a big impact. Guess I'm wondering what your thoughts are on this. I put thoughts into this quite a lot too. I think, so I have the design here for this game. And at the bottom, I have this scratch section. And in here, you'll see pages and pages of just brain spew. This is, 13 pages of me just thinking like, okay, how do we tackle this system? How do we tackle this system? And I am probably not as good a game designer as a lot of people out there. Well, I know that I'm not. I don't know why I said probably. But I've seen some YouTube videos on what you're talking about. Things like, hey, here was a problem we had in our game, and here's a clever solution. And I wonder, are like expert game designers really good at coming up with those clever solutions? How much of this is just serendipitous and they just thought of an idea? Because I've had some good ideas strike me before, but having a game that's like only good ideas, I think it requires a team of people looking at it. Hey, Game Stooge. So we finally, I think we got this. I think all we need to do is this, right? And now you can click this. No, you still can't click this. Are we, let's try running it from here again. Where is the input event stuff? Yeah, here. It should at least be getting input events now, I think. It's still not. I wonder if what just happened? Okay, something happened there where it got this. Now what does this do? Huh. Yeah, it is getting input events. What could I be missing then? Input pickable is true. Pickable object can detect the mouse pointer, and if the mouse is inside it, report input events. Requires at least one collision layer bit to be set. Oh, I probably don't have a, oh no, I do. Well, I probably do. Yeah, I definitely do. you need to make sure input pickable is true, and then connect the input events. Yeah. Been through designs and falling short. Teaches a designer what works and what doesn't. I think so. I also think every game is different. I think some things can work in a game because of how the rest of the systems are set up, and then you try doing it in another game and it makes no sense. So, for example, I think it's very common in RPGs to have items, but like this game doesn't have items. And I mean, this is a very overarching system, and items on their own are not like the game mechanics. But I think a lot of people are like, "Well, that's strange," and it's like, "Well, oh wait, what? I just clicked that and it worked." What? Oh, I think I know what's going on. Oh, they have very tiny colliders. That's all. Now, that said, I can't click through a battle window. I don't think that should be the case. Yeah, it shouldn't be the case. Damage, thanks for resubbing. 2-month streak. Welcome back. Oh, this also shouldn't be the case. They were highlighting this character inside of a battle. I wonder how that's happening right now. Man, I don't want enemies to get into fights with me. Stop it. Where do we do this? Somewhere. Let's just set this to 0. There. Now no enemies will spawn. So now I can just practice clicking this. Yeah. So I can click these, and I should be able to control them. Good. So now we have character selection in the game. Wow, that took forever. Now the way that we should be doing this is I should just make the collider for this much bigger, because I'll show you what I'm talking about here for those who haven't seen me do the beginning of this. Where is it? Visible collision shapes. Yeah. So check this out. Here's the clickable area. Why is this not working? Oh, it doesn't know it's selected by default. Yeah, so here you can see, oh, it doesn't show up because it's behind the sprite. Okay, never mind. I can't show you. Well, not easily at least. But we need to make a bigger one. So let's go do that. And then we also need to cut out, where did my... Show UI, indicate the character selected. Yeah, so make sure this selection doesn't show during battle. Actually, this selection is a pretty good way of showing that a character is poisoned or affected somehow. So it kind of looks like it right now. When it's glowing green, it does look like it could be a poison effect. And I think shaders are the best way of showing all the status effects rather than having to make like sprites for everything, maybe. Okay, so adding in a bigger collision shape. How are we going to do this? We have character or overworld character. And this is what sets our collision shape here. We need to make another collision shape, and that's the one that's going to handle mouse events. Yeah. So let's just add a new one completely, I suppose. So var mouse collision shape. Can we say this is an area 2D? Actually, this is dumb. This is really dumb. Let's just go into character sprite and do this, right? Or overworld character, I mean. Yeah, so this is the collision shape. We'll just add a new area 2D, and we'll call this mouse collider. And then we add a collision shape 2D underneath it. Yeah, and then this becomes a rectangle, and it just becomes bigger than the existing one. Is there a way to set this in pixels? I guess it doesn't really matter. I'd like to see that though. Huh. Hey Hepta, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't think they're gonna happen. The supplier just dropped out of it. And hey Spike. Just doing a full color overlay is a better indicator. For me, green outline suggests something like selected or ready. Yeah, I think that could be the case. Yeah, it's pretty much the opposite of an outline too. It shouldn't be too bad. Anything that's not a fully alpha pixel, we just change the color of. Is there a way to see? I know there are these guides up here, and I guess that's supposed to be how many pixels this is. But is there a way for me to just set this? There's a position and a scale. There's just no size. Huh. I don't know. Well, as long as it's bigger, click on the shape and inspector. It should give you more options. Oh my goodness. I had no idea. Oh, thank you. If you have a Twitch account, I'll give you a point, but I can't give points to YouTube people yet. Oh, man. I guess I'll just have to remember that. Okay, so now we want to connect this to mouse collider. So this is going to be mouse collider area 2D. Pretty much already had the thing that I wanted. Yep, and then set this here. There. Thumbs up are fine too. Okay, there you go. Now what's the problem here? Did this get smaller somehow? Or do I need to position it differently? I think something's off about this. Let's put the collision shape. How do I do this? I guess let's just make the sprite have an alpha and then make these visible. This was not supposed to be the hard part of any of this. I am taking too long to do all of this. So yeah, sprite dot modulate dot a equals 0.5. Okay, so semi-transparent, and that way we can see the collision shape. Yeah, so the collision shape is just off here. Yeah, but if you do click that box, it works. So we just need this to be centered on the sprite. And to be honest, we could just move it in this scene down to like here, and it should just work. Yeah, this is the dumb way of doing things. Whatever. This is the prototype. Now it works, so now we're good. Yeah. This is all super hacky. Okay, so now we can finally click these. And you know what else we could do? We could make it a little bigger too, so you could click like here, just slightly outside of it, and still click the character. I'm not super concerned as long as there's no problem clicking these things. Yeah. I'll probably make it a little bit bigger, actually, now that I say that. Yeah, let's make it a little like 30 by 30. I think that'll make it a little easier. Oh, and we probably should make this go back a little bit, huh? Yeah, that way you can click just before the character as well. Yeah. Okay, now we search for warrior and we find it inside character sprite. Get rid of this right here. Yep. And now it doesn't look like the warrior is selected by default. And yeah, how are we looking? So when it does come to clicking two different characters, you're only ever going to be able to click one. It doesn't know which one's on top or something like that. And again, for the prototype, I think that's fine. We probably also maybe want to make it so that you can press number keys on your keyboard and select these. I'm going to make a UI at some point for this though. So I think that's fine. I think we're good now. So require you to select a character to move it, probably allow for selecting by clicking it. So maybe add a bigger collider. That's done. Now indicate the character selected, make sure the selection doesn't show during battle. So you've indicated that it's selected. I added in a shader yesterday, making sure it's not showing during battle. I'm not actually sure why that's even happening in the first place, but we just changed this. So set this back and now try getting into a fight. Let's see what happens. It's not selected. Oh, I know why. Because I had that if statement for if you were a warrior and warriors could show up in the battle. Okay, so that's fixed. Well, that was easy. Okay, done. Only move the selected character. That's also done. Maybe show a UI, blah, blah, blah. Don't stack battle windows. Make sure the skill tree reflects. Okay, so we're going to make the UI at the end. We're going to do these things first. These shouldn't be too bad, but I think it's break time now. Do you really need the extra one? Can't you just click on the collision shape you already have? So the collision shape I already have is intentionally smaller so that you don't get into battles like here. I'm not in a battle right now, and that's intentional. I didn't want it to be that you like you get into battles by touching a not filled in pixel of the enemy. And by doing that, then it makes it for a very tiny click area. So yeah, that's why I need the bigger one. But yeah, so the next thing after the break is going to be making it so that battles don't line up like this so that you can't even see them. So we'll just bump one of these to the right or something like that. Might look a little weird, but it'll work for the prototype. All right, I will be back in a little bit. If you're watching on YouTube, you have to play this game through Twitch if you feel like playing. Is it jump time? It's jump time. Hey, everybody. So brave. I didn't see what happened. Close the game. All right, so next step is don't stack battle windows. So the very first one that exists cannot possibly stack with anything because there's only one. So that's not a problem. What even makes battle windows? Battle window dot here. So we initialize it and then we set its position based on the character position. How does it look right now? I really need a character to be selected to begin with. Okay, so we're setting it at the upper left. I feel like it should be centered around the player, maybe. Not totally sure. Alternatively, we would just let you drag these around. Although, I don't see much of a need for that. So the battle window itself, does it know how big it is? I guess it does. So we'll say we have a default position, and then we're going to say I don't know, position new battle window. Battle window, yeah. Corner of the screen in the bottom to see a stacked list of characters and health. then a key to toggle between with the selected character being on the bottom. Just an idea that when you get to that eventually. What I'm thinking, I'm not totally sure if I'm talking about what you're talking about, but I was thinking is something like the sort of, I don't know, imagine this being like the screen here. So this is going to be, this is what we currently have, which is just a screen with everything on it. And what we eventually want is something like world map here. And then maybe I think a tiny row at the bottom with your different characters. So like character 1, character 2, character 3, character 4. And character number is going to be a health bar. I guess this looks like C#. That's what I meant. Character num. Yeah, it's going to be a health bar, an experience bar, and then like button per skill tree and button to center the camera or something like that. I don't know. Or select them or something. We'll see how that ends up working. I don't think the world will be so big in the prototype that this is even really going to be a problem. But these other ones will definitely be a problem. You definitely want to know how much life you've got, how much experience you've got. Life is kind of hard to show here because would you expect it to be all of the characters you have in a battle? No, I guess not. I guess you'd expect it to be the main character. Yeah, never mind. Then it won't be hard to show. I was going to say, what if you have like 8 summons and they're all at full life and you're at low life? Should you show, you're at 80% or something? But no, that's dumb. Just show the main character. All right, so position new battle window. That's what we were working on here. We got to take the window. Cool. All right, none of this stuff makes any sense. And then we're going to get all battle windows. Get all battle windows. Should just know how to do that. Come on. Yep. Cool. All right, so those are, these are all the existing ones. And now we need to see if there's a collision, then move the new battle window. So the easiest algorithm I can think of for this is just keep bumping it upward until it no longer collides. So let's just do that. Yeah. Keep moving the battle window upward until it doesn't collide anymore. Yeah. Okay, so while... let's just see what this thing has typed out here. I wonder if this is a thing. What is a battle window? It's a node 2D. And it contains a background. And its background is what we want to get the rectangle for. And we want to get in world coordinates. And background is a sprite. Is that correct? Background is a sprite, yes. Okay, so this shouldn't be too bad, I think. Like a func get rect. Return background as sprite2d dot get. Is there there's get viewport rect? What is the difference? Turns the viewport's boundaries. Oh, that's not what I want. I definitely want get rect. Now, the question is it going to be positioned correctly? Local coordinates. Okay. Pretty reasonable. Minecraft Stardew kind of toolbar for characters works too. Corner of the screen at the bottom to see a stacked list of characters and health. I think I can see what you're saying for that. And I think you'd eventually have enough characters where, not in the prototype, but in the final game, you'd have enough where you probably need something that lets you scroll. I don't know for sure though. Yeah, let's see what you're talking about. Oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah, something like that can work for the prototype. And maybe it can even work for the final thing and there's just a way to scroll it maybe. I'm not sure. Okay, so we return the rectangle of that. So now battle window has a get rect thing. And we can check to see if it intersects with another window. So this needs to be like new battle, I guess. So if it intersects, then new battle dot position equals battle window dot position minus. Well, I guess we need to make a. Well, we could do that. Yeah, sure. And then new battle dot position dot y minus equal the new battles rectangles. Oh, the new battles rectangle won't even exist until this is added here. Oh, darn it. Okay, so we need to do that then, huh? Yeah, and then in here we need to skip the one that we're testing. If window equals new battle, then continue. Because it'll always collide with itself, and that would be an infinite loop. So if there's an intersection, then position the new one such that it is getrect.y and maybe -1, maybe some padding. I don't even know. All right, so then we can stop iterating over this, and we could just say var collision equals true while collision. And here we would set, oh yeah, I guess we do set collision equals false at the beginning. And here we would set collision equals true. Okay. Identifier battle window does not exist. Yep, it's this. Direct not present on infer type. Okay, I think this should be fine. Nice, man. Tried Godot several months ago, decided to stick with GMS. GMS? Is it Game Maker Studio? Yes, I think it is. Didn't really like the node system. I like the node system. I don't think that's a problem. I think my issue with Godot is the rough edges I have with using VS Code. Like this, for example. It says method getRect is not present. It is present, and it just doesn't know that it's present. And the only way I can fix this is sometimes by reloading the project. And in this case, yeah, so now it's complaining about this, which is actually a real complaint. Cannot find property y on rect2. So this is, I think, the size.y. And then same thing here. Oh, this is a position. This isn't right. It's the other one. Yeah. Yeah, so now I think this will work. But again, it doesn't know that it'll work. Okay, so we're going to just go start multiple battles over here. And we can't force this, so we need to just wait for an enemy to move on to us. Okay, yeah, this broke. All right, so what did we do wrong here? If the rectangles intersect, set the new position equal to the window's position, and then subtract new battle that get rect outside what y -1. Why would this still have a collision after that, though? We break out of here. We go back here. Collision equals false. Go through these. There shouldn't be an intersection anymore. All right, I'd love to debug this, but debugging it through Visual Studio Code is going to be pretty obnoxious. I think the other thing we can do to kind of make this easier to test out is in the enemy spawn region, we set it so there's a max of 100 enemies. And in the character creation, we put all the characters on top of each other to begin with. Yeah, so this, let's say overworld character dot position equals 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100 there. Okay. Now they should all just be stacked on top of each other, and eventually they should all get into fights. Yeah. So that's working, and now I need to debug this. All right, so we start out with a collision being true. Unfortunately, I don't even think we can see any information about this, can we? Oh, we can, finally. Nice. But can we type in something into here? New battle.getRect. Hate how this happens. there's no way to see it. Yeah. Maybe in children. Could I get the sprite? I don't even see that. Oh, this is just so bad. And it was added to the window already. Yeah, all right, well, let's see if we can kind of discern what's happening here. It just immediately fails here. What? No, yeah, that's not good. Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to print things out then. Can't you add it to a watch section? The debugger through VS Code is not great. I don't know if the watch will work. We can try that. And if it does work, then awesome, I guess. New battle.get rect. Yeah, could not find. Yeah, unfortunately, it's not very helpful as a debugger because you can't see what any of these things are, and you can't run arbitrary expressions. I don't like that at all. So print new battle rect. So there's that. This can change as we go through this, but then here we're going to say existing battle rectangle, and this would be window. And then we'll say collision. And then we're going to position the new one. New position, new battle dot position. And then, I mean, it's still going to intersect. That's why this is a problem. But we can print this out at least. Still collides, question mark, comma, that. All right. Now we play this. Hey, Godzilla. Oh, whoops, what am I doing? I got it. Well, I guess it'll print out on its own. All right, stop this. So what's going on? New battle. This isn't even in world coordinates, is it? Distinct battle rect, new position. Somehow got positioned at 105? I don't know how that's possible. Because I set it to the current Windows position. The current Windows position was negative 128. And the size is 1? Oh, because there's a scale. Oh my God, this is so stupid. Yeah, I think the reason the size is 1 is because this background is thoroughly controlled through scale. Yeah. The Y scale is 135. I wonder if there's a way to get the size with the scale taken into account. Which of your playlists shows any games being made from 0 to end? I guess technically the Botland VODs. And then also, so that's like 5,000 hours of video though. I think the other one would be, let me find this, the one where I made, yeah, this playlist covers this game, the Godot shooter RPG. So I can't easily demo this because I don't have a keyboard that'll let me, oh, turn that off. Sorry about that. Turn that off too. Actually, let's just mute the whole site. Yeah, anyway, this game, you could, you know, there are different abilities and stuff. I'm not gonna fully play this. You could just load this up if you want it yourself. But I'll link all that in the chat. Okay, so we need the size of this with scale taken into account. And I'm guessing that's not doable. I could just multiply. Wow. Yeah, this kind of sucks. I want a way to see if these things are colliding, but the positions aren't relative to what I expect here. Maybe we should just make a new rectangle that considers that stuff. Yeah, I guess so. Background, rect 2. All right. Like world rect. This is gonna be the, well, I guess it's gonna be the background one. Yeah, background rect dot position. So the position is gonna add in the battle windows position. I don't even, and then the size is going to get multiplied by the scale. Yeah, this thing's scale. And then we return that. Doesn't have to be +1 so that stops overlapping. I think if I'd used parentheses, it would have been, oh no, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Thank you. Yeah. I don't think that on its own would be enough to fix this. Like, we could try that like this, but I think it's always going to be wrong because it thinks that the sizes are totally different. Let's see what happens, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, so I think this will fix this, but I'm not positive. Okay, yeah, there we go. Yeah, so they're getting stacked on top of each other, and you can see a 1 pixel boundary between them. Now, I guess what you could do is you could say something like, look, if we're gonna spawn another window on top of here, and then another window that maybe instead of going up, now we go to the right, and you just keep kind of spiraling around. I think that would be a good way to eventually do this, but I don't think it's really necessary for this. Now, what's nice about stacking them vertically is you can see all of the battles together if they did need to be stacked. There is something to consider here, which is that they might not be stacked exactly on top of each other like this. In fact, I should not have changed their X coordinates at all. Yeah. So instead of this window dot position, we're just not going to do anything there. There, done. Yeah. Okay, cool. So delete this stuff. And then reload the project so we don't have yellow squigglies everywhere. Yeah, make them draggable. I think you could do that. I think the problem is that you're going to have so many battle windows all the time that you're not going to want to do that. And the other thing is this hopefully won't happen too often because, like, how many times are you going to have all your characters in the same general region? Like, if another character were over here, this wouldn't even happen. Why is there only one battle? Are they seriously not colliding with me? Oh, no, I just broke it. That's probably what happened. Oh, yeah, I broke it. Okay. So we should set, let's fix that. Window dot position dot y minus this. Minus this now. Yeah, there. I think we got it. I don't even know if I want that one padding in between, but let's see what happens now. Yeah, good. All right, so it's what we had before. Let's just implement a whole browser in Godot. Problem solved, right? Okay, so don't stack battle windows. And now this, make sure the skill tree always reflects the current character. So this one's a little harder to do because I never planned on doing this. Well, I planned on it. I just never actually did it. All right, and then we go into the world map here and change all the 100 100 positions that we had. Where might you be? There you might be. All right, so let's do 100 100. Change it to 0 0. 100 100 and 100 200. That way I can just click different ones and not have a problem here. All right, so if I open up the skill tree, whoa, that's a mess. Yep. I know what's happening here. Every time we make a new character, we're associating it with the skill tree, but it never knew how to reset itself. So I got to make it know how to reset itself. So where do we do that? Skill tree. There's like an associate with new character or something like that. Where are you? Yeah, here it is. Set associated character. So I do this on every time we add a character, which is fine. I think that's okay. I don't think that's what you would expect, by the way. So I think what we should do is you should only set this the first time around. Skill tree. Set associated character. So what does it start off with? If character data is not equal to null. So it starts as null. And we only set it in that one spot. Let's just search for an equal sign. Yep, we only set it in that one spot. Okay, good. So then we'll only set it if it's not already set. And that'll happen from here. So if is owned by player, if skill tree dot has associated character. Yeah, so this is what we want. If it doesn't have an associated character, and then we just need for that to exist. Good. All right, so that's done. Now we'll only set one of these, but now we need it so that when you click a different character, it picks their skill tree. So yeah, we don't have that overflow anymore. But if I click this, it should show me like the bottom 3 skills, I think. Oh no, but mostly the bottom 3. Yeah. So we don't have that going on right now. But we have set selected. So if I guess var is selected, bool, delete this, and then if is selected, then skill tree set associated character. All right, so now when we click the second one, it's going to overflow because I haven't made it not overflow yet. But let's try that out. So we click this character and it overflows. Yeah, but we actually do see this get reflected correctly. So all we need to do is wipe out the skill tree, I think, which is probably overkill. What do we do in ready? And what do we need to undo? We don't need to do anything with that, I guess. Set up skill tree. What do we do here? Add skill to tree. So we add this stuff to where? Where's add child? I see all these. I want to see the add child that, where do we add the grid? Oh, we add it to a VBox container. Okay, so that VBox container can probably just be wiped out. Let's try that. If character data is not equal to null, get the VBox container and just delete everything. Can we like delete all of the children? I might have to iterate over them all and then call remove, or just make a new VBox container and add it in again. GD script remove all children from node. Yeah, just go through everything. All right, fine. I mean, it's not like that's hard, but for child in container dot get children child dot queue free standalone expression. Oh, just deleted it. Okay, does that work? Okay, we made some progress. It doesn't overflow, but now there are no buttons to click. Also, can you click through this? No, you can't. I gotta stop that. Skill tree. That is not what I meant to do. I meant to go to skill tree scene and then make it so the background is not clickable. Input. No, not that. Mouse. Filter, ignore. Yeah, so now you should be able to click through the skill tree. Yes, but not here for some reason. Oh, because we need to set this on everything. How do we do that? Maybe VBox container also has, whoops, also has ignore. Although I think it's going to ignore everything, and even like now I can, oh no, you can click buttons. Okay, I don't know if that actually did anything. But then I think the grid that we add needs to have it too. Where are the grids? Grid, here. Grid container dot mouse filter ignore. Yeah, does that work? Nice, kind of. It's a little weird because if you start dragging here, it doesn't work over the buttons, but you can see as I drag outside of that it works. But what that should mean is that I could click this character now, even through the skill tree. Now the UI should just be changed at some point, so this isn't really a concern in the future. But yeah, why are those buttons not showing up? There's nothing in the debugger. So what, setup skill tree isn't working? Set associated character does that. We've freed all of the things in VBox container. VBox container presumably didn't contain anything to begin with. It didn't. Okay, so what gives? Grid container mod IDs. Setup skill tree is being called, right? Yeah. Free equipped abilities, duplicate. Set up skill tree. I don't see why this is failing. But the buttons it's failing to... Oh, you know what we could do? We could look at what's happening in the remote view. So we just add in that. And go find the skill tree. Where's the skill tree? There it is. All right, VBox container. We have a bunch of grids. And we have a bunch of buttons in here. Why are these not showing up? Oh, no, they are showing up. It's when I click another character that doesn't show up. Yeah, so what happened here now? We still have a bunch of buttons. But I can't see them. They're ghost buttons. But how do you click a ghost button? All right. What do we do to be able to see this? VBox containers here. If I resize this, does something get fixed? No, I don't want to resize this either. I don't know. If I hide the close button, is this even taking effect? Yes, it is. Okay. So we do see the buttons that exist here. Do they not have text maybe? Oh, they don't have text? Testeroni. Oh, it's typing really weirdly. When I type test, look at what happens. It's like moving the cursor. This is a test. Yeah, weird. Okay, so none of them have text. So how is it that I got rid of all of their text? Button name. Button.init. Skill tree button. We don't ever set the text anywhere? What was doing this in the first place then? How is literally any of this possible? Label.text. I'm gonna set a breakpoint here. Actually, wait, no, the skill is fine. It's this stuff that's not working. And I never do set the text of this. I just don't get how this ever would have functioned. Hey, Schwartz. Was it skill tree button? Skill tree button just has a text property. And I just literally never set it. Okay, we're gonna try something. I'm gonna do button.text equals hello. And then I'm pretty sure we're gonna see hello everywhere. We're not. But then I click another thing and then it shows up. Yeah, so where in the world are those first button names coming from? There must be a function I'm not calling. Update skill tree button. Do you set the text? You do. Yeah, right here. So then this isn't being called correctly. Oh, because we have to do this? Oh, because it's queue free, not free. So if I just did free right here, I think everything would just work. And then I think that hello would be totally pointless, right? Yeah, does that fix it? Yes, it does. Problem solved. Yeah, so the reason this was happening is we were freeing it the next frame and then finding the wrong buttons to update the text on. So now the question is this already functioning? Can I just use these skills? And the only way to test that is to actually have enemies in the game because I have no other way of knowing. Well, actually, I guess I do kind of have a way of knowing. All right, let's set all these vector 2s to be negative. So just like negative 300 plus. There, sure. I don't know why it spaced it out so weirdly. But now we restart the game. They should all be off the map. Yep. And then we're going to go into enemy spawn region and add in enemies again. And then restart the game. Okay, so click this character. You are going to have extended arc. That'll be super obvious. So you'll attack 8 enemies at a time. You are going to have... What's the most obvious here? I don't know what's going to be obvious. What shards do? Damage over time? Okay, this will be obvious. And then you're going to have... Contagion. Okay, so let's see. Did that work? You have 5 points into that. You have 5 points into that. You have 5 points in that. Yeah, so let's go into battles for all those things. So contagion means if I use poison dagger, it should spread to other enemies, I think. So it's doing 3 damage. It should... Oh, yep, now multiple are taking damage. Yeah, cool. So contagion is working in that fight. Also, just using poison dagger over and over makes it spread and spread and spread and do like tons and tons of damage. So that's a pretty interesting ability to know. All right, so that's working. Now you have the ability to do damage over time with your boulder attack, which unfortunately doesn't even cool down fast enough for me to use, so we need to use Fire Blast a few times. Come on. Do you have it yet? Yes. Okay, so now you should do damage over time. Perfect. Now, why did it only do it to 3 different characters? Is it a chance to do it? How did I code this? Chance to bleed. Okay, sure, whatever. And then the final one should be doing 8 attacks at a time. So we're going to do a battle here. And this should just hit every, or no, all enemies but one. Yeah, good. Cool. All right, so skill trees are now working for each different character. I dig it. What do you think of using C# with Godot? I think it is probably better than using GDScript. Unfortunately, right now, the reason why I'm using GDScript is because there's no web export with C#, unless you go back to Godot 3, which I don't want to do. So I wanted people to be able to play this game as a prototype without having to download it onto their machine and install something. And so yeah, I wanted the web export. But yeah, for the final game, I'm pretty sure we're going to use C# for this. Okay, so this part's done. Let's check in everything I've done so far. And then we got to work on this. Make a UI that's always accessible, that lets you select a character and see where it is in the world. Then should center the camera on them. That UI doesn't have to be hard. We'll see. We'll see how it works. All right, but checking in for now. Also, how are we doing on time? 11:30, yeah. Starting to get hungry. So where is my shader? Oh, there it is. Yeah, so I got the shader online, but then it wasn't working with H-flipped sprites, or at least ones that aren't centered. So I had to change this. And that was a little hard to figure out, because I am not a shader expert by any means. Okay, this part's working fine. This is all like sucky outline code. Yeah, it's not the best, but I'm going to keep that there. So this adds in your new characters. Let's make them not start totally off the map. We'll say like -50, 0, -50, 50, and -50, 50, except for this should be 100. And then I want to have one of them be selected by default. So overworld character.set selected true. So the warrior is always going to be selected by default. This stuff looks good so far. That's fine. That's fine. That's good. This is good. Good. Yeah, all that looks good. Skill tree actually had pretty minimal changes. This shouldn't be checked in. So I guess all we want to do is we want to stage everything above this and then everything below it. So the only thing not staged should be just that. Yeah. World map, get all player characters. Skill tree. Player character selected. Yep. Reposition battle windows. This isn't needed. Oh, we're leveling up all characters now when we press the X button? Yes, we are. Okay, that's fine. This is a debug thing anyway. Oh, and then the other thing I wanted to test is, can I just right click right off the bat? Yep. Okay. Yeah, well, that's working fine. Cool. So check in everything except for skill tree now. Because this, oops, I just reversed that. Oh my God. Okay, let's go unstage the one change I didn't want here, which is this. Unstage. There. Okay, so allow for multiple characters. The skill tree now reflects the selected character, which means that above that we write, you can now select a character. Only the selected character will move. Is there anything else we want to say here? Oh yeah, battle windows don't stack on, or don't collide, can't collide. Have anti-stacking logic. Sure. Great. Let's go push that. All right, so UI. Make a town area where mobs can't go. That would be fine. Like I don't think it's a problem to have that. I just don't know what would be in that town. Maybe there could be like NPCs or something that tell you how to play the game. I don't know. I guess I'll write that down as an idea. This could be good to make sure that you don't get into battles immediately. We could also have NPCs there, and maybe they have something story-driven to say. There could be more towns in the map that you have to make it to. Although those would have less of a purpose. Yeah. Okay. So we are now on to perhaps one of the most important things with having multiple characters. Oh, by the way, I never made a character select screen. Did I write that down? That's the next thing after that. Oh boy. I don't like doing this. So UI that's always accessible lets you select a character and see where it is in the world. So all we want this to show is life experience and some way of updating the skill tree or opening the skill tree. So like we could just put your 3 characters here, like what Casey was saying. I'm not sure how I want to make it look. And the skill tree could also have some like obvious way of showing which character is selected. And you just click a different character to go to a different skill tree for them. Or pressing tab switches between characters. I think that's probably a good idea to do. I should probably write that down in polish. Where is polish? Here. Allow for pressing tab to change, to cycle between your characters. All right, but I don't know how this is going to look yet. This UI that I just mentioned. I guess we could just kind of quickly try prototyping something here, and I shouldn't spend too long thinking about this anyway. What are we going to call this? It's just going to be UI, so it should probably be a user interface node, but then it can't have animated sprites. Or I guess it could, and it could also have buttons in it. I'm positioning this in screen space. Do I ever mix this elsewhere? I probably do. Well, labels, I suppose. Yeah, let's just make it this for now. Just give me a node. What do we call this? Like quick info. I'm just gonna call it quick info. All right, then we need a background for the whole thing. Actually, forget the background for now. Let's start with an animated sprite. So character sprite or animated sprite. All right, then for this, let's give it some sprite frames and let's add in just whatever. It doesn't matter. Assets, oryx, creatures. All right, so you and you. Okay, so we got our little character there. Let's also flip you around. All right, and then label warrior. So yeah, we're not going to spend a lot of time trying to figure out exactly how this should look. Then we add in a progress. And this is going to be under is a gradient texture that should be black. And over is a gradient texture that should be red. Okay. Now what? There's a way of setting. There's a way of setting its, oh, stretch, right? 9-patch stretch. There we go. Okay, so this is going to be a life bar. And then we'll just duplicate the whole thing. This will be like life bar. And I guess technically all this should be under another node that is like the warrior info. Put all this here. Then the experience bar. Experience bar gets moved a little lower, gets a different color. Whoops, that changed them both. So we need to make this unique. And then go back up to here. I guess also probably make this unique. Can I change this to red now without affecting the other one? No, I can't. What am I doing wrong? Oh, the gradients weren't unique. Oh my God. Okay, make unique recursive. There we go. All right, now they should definitely be different ones. Now I should be able to change this to green. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so you got some life, you got some experience, and then you probably need some buttons for like skill trees or something. So let's just make this as quickly as we can for now. Skills. Done. And there's our really, really sucky character thing. It probably makes more sense to lay it out maybe like this. And obviously having an icon for skills would probably be better. Yeah. And then we just put we duplicate this now. And then this will be like mage info. We drag this down. No. There we go. Animated sprite would be different, of course. This would say mage. And the other stuff would be, yeah. So this is kind of what I'm thinking. Now let's just throw this into the game. Stupid. Call this quick info. And put it into the world map, I guess. See, I had battles and stuff here too. Technically it'd be in the screen coordinates. I guess it'd be here somewhere. Instantiate child scene, quick info. Is this gigantic? I think it's gigantic. No, it's not gigantic. Okay, and then we just need to put it in the right spot, right? So we put this here. Why? This looks like it's gigantic, but it's not. Like the camera's only that big. I think maybe I have the canvas layer scaling. Yeah, it's like I want it to be this size. I just don't know how to position this according to viewport. Is there a way to see the, oh, there's the position. Okay, never mind. I see now. It's this blue rectangle. All right, so we do something like this. And that way you'll always see this at the bottom and you'd be able to click skills and see their life bars and stuff. I think that's pretty good. We're only gonna have 3 characters in the prototype, so this should be kind of fine. All right. Yeah. Now making it functional and dynamically populating it, that's the next step. I'm debating on how much farther I want to go without actually having food in my system. Oh, also you should have a way of selecting your character. Maybe clicking these. Or maybe not. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do for that. Well, let's start working on it. I guess it's not really food time yet. Let's put maybe like 15 minutes into it and just see where we can get with that. So quick info currently just has this stuff populated in here. First of all, I don't know if you should call this quick info or what, like character overview. Maybe character overview is better. Character overview. I don't know. Quick info is fine. And then we'd have like a character quick info, which is one for just that character. So this stuff should be exported into its own scene, which I think we can do here. Save branches scene. Yeah, nice. Oh, this is pretty nice. It's food time. Reminds me of the old BRB screen that I had. There was just a bunch of hamburgers moving in my mouth. I bet it's easy enough to find that by going to like Xtonomous and viewing full playlist. Oh, never mind. I have to scroll down for like ever probably. Oh, it doesn't even show you the other videos? Oh, these are just recaps. All right, whatever. I'm not gonna go find it, but I missed that. It's nice to have. So I'm gonna call this character quick info. Yeah, now we want to go into that character quick info and name this character quick info. So all this stuff's going to have to change. Yeah. And ideally, I, lay this out correctly. I think these are different sizes. No, they're not different sizes. It looked like they were offset by something in the game, but that might just be my glasses. Yeah, skills bar and everything. Okay, this is, I don't know where we should put this. I'm thinking about stuff that is pointless. So just who cares? All right, so quick info gets put. It always needs to be at the bottom left of this thing. And I don't think we can make it work that way unless we make it a control. Can I change the type of this to control? That just crash? I guess you can't do that. Let's try again. Yeah, that worked. Okay, so now in the world map, it doesn't know that it's the new thing. I guess we need to reinstantiate it. What is it, this button? Quick info. It still thinks it's blue. What? Oh, I changed the character quick info. I guess that would have been fine too. All right, let's change this one as well. Control. Is that going to crash? Yeah. We'll get there. We'll eventually have it not crash on us. Oh, it did. No, it didn't work. Change type to control. Yeah, there. Nice. Now that's green. Good. Okay, so now that means we can position this always at the bottom left. This. Why'd it go way down on the screen? I'm guessing this won't be visible anymore. Nope. What? Full? And then bottom left. What is going on? Why is it going way down there? Does this canvas layer have like a weird scale? It does. Right, because that's where the skill tree was. Is that what even goes in there? Is this still that dirty prototype we talked about in the beginning? Yeah, it is. I don't know what's even supposed to go into that canvas layer. Yeah, just the skill tree. So let's just make a new canvas layer. And maybe that's what quick info should be as a canvas layer. In fact, maybe I should just delete this. Where's delete? There. All right, quick info. Time to crash the editor again. You ready? Canvas layer. Why does that happen? There we go. All right, so now in the world map, I should be able to add that in. I did not mean to press that. World map. There we go. Add in the quick info up here. Good. So now we can make this thing take up the whole screen, right? Or is it automatically doing that? I think this was a dumb idea. I think putting this into a canvas layer made more sense. Because now I don't think I can control this the way I want to. I think you can only control controls. I'm going to just crash the editor again. That's why I'm annoyed by this. But otherwise, I think things are okay. All right, so we added a new canvas layer. We call this the quick info canvas layer. We put our quick info inside of that, and then this should just be made into a control. Hey, it didn't crash that time. All right, now we instantiate this. And now we can click these buttons the way I wanted to. So click that, and then that, and then grow in the other direction, I guess. How do we control your growth? Layout. Container size, here we go. Vertical shrink end, is that what I want? I don't think it's that. Shrink begin? I don't think any of that had any impact at all. It's something here. Man, yeah, I don't remember. I want this to go upward as we get more children in it, but I guess for that we would need this to be more than just a control. We need it to be something like a VBox container, which is probably what this should be anyway. And then this should know how to grow. Maybe we just worry about that in a little bit. Yeah, maybe we just worry about that in a little bit. And for now, we just try positioning this upward. We can't even do that. Because what I need to click... I don't know. Yeah, there's some way to like reposition this. Anyway, probably in layout, probably we need to do something here. Maybe set its position differently. Yeah, good enough for now. This is probably gonna look bad as we add new characters in. All right, so character quick info. We got this stuff here. I'm gonna write a bunch of tasks that we have. Connect life bar, connect experience bar. Allow for clicking the skills button. And then dynamically populate the quick info every time you add a character. Yeah. All right, we are on dynamic population still. So instead of having this stuff here, we're going to delete it all, I guess. Delete these nodes. And then I guess quick info should have its own script. How's this going to work? So you're going to add a character and we're going to just tell it quick info like, hey, you added this character, and it's going to figure out what to do. Yes, that is how that'll work. So let's do that. So delete all of you and then add character. How about we just have it work for the very first one? That way we only worry about one of these. Where's the warrior? Where is the warrior added? Yeah, there it is. Okay, so we're going to get... Let's close out all these things. We're going to go back into quick info and add class name quick info. Go back over to the world map and make it, or wherever that was, here, and make it so that we get... The quick info is what, inside of a canvas layer? Quick info canvas layer. Yeah, it's inside of this. Yeah. All right, so quick info equals this slash quick info as quick info. I don't think we need the last part. In fact, I don't even think we need that. All right, now we add character, overworld character. Good, cool. So go into this, add character. It's an overworld character. Should just know the typing on this. Yeah. So we go one level deeper and we go over to the characters quick info that I had. We add a script to this. Class name character quick info. All right, so now we need to add in one of those. All right, how do we do this? We got to load in the scene first. Where's all the load stuff that I have? Yeah, here. And then we initialize it. All right, so what do we got? This is this, and then this changes as well. There's no autocomplete in this. All right, then we initialize it with your overworld character, I guess. Probably that's that. And then add child. And I don't think we have to worry about anything for where we're adding this. I'm pretty sure it's just in... Yeah, it's just the main thing. Okay, because it is a VBox container. So this stuff looks good. Yeah, so now character quick info, we need an init. So copy paste this over to character quick info. Add this, call this init. And then probably save off our character. Yeah, val. Then set all the properties correctly. So what are they? There's a label. Let's just set the label for now. Actually, let's probably set nothing for now, right? I don't know. Label as label dot text equals character data character class. All right, life and experience bar we got to connect at some point. We'll call this the skills button. And then the animated sprite 2D we have to set. This should be added in wherever we do stuff with character sprite. So one of these, and we're going to H flip them all. So just copy paste this, I guess, into here. Yeah. Save off the character data here too. It would be jump time. I'm going to continue for maybe like 5 more minutes and then probably just stop. This stream started a little bit late. Thank you for letting me know though. Character data equals that. Yeah, good. So now we can just do this and we can just get rid of this one. All right, what do we got? So we added in an extra sprite, so we don't need this sprite anymore. So delete you. And, oh, whoops. We needed positioning correctly, I guess. Transform position was 2, 1. I mean, I guess that's pretty much the same as 0, 0, huh? Yeah, and then the label gets positioned upwards. All right. Okay, so if I hit play, what should happen is we'll see the quick info with our warrior and the sprite should be correct. Could not find quick info. Oh, I think I need to reload the project. I hope I don't hit these problems with C#. Is player is not declared in quick info. Where is player even used? Oh no, this is just always true. Yeah. Add character on a null instance. Okay, where are you being called? Add character. This is inside game. Whoops. That was supposed to be here. That was in the world map. I need to do that. But the world map, what, doesn't exist yet? Set next scene. Do you add child? You do. So then ready should be the case. So then the, oh, whoops. Yep, this is in the wrong spot. World map, I guess. What is the world maps thing? What's this called? I don't know. I'm just gonna guess that it's world map. We're gonna try that, and we're gonna see if that works. Invalid index character data in character quick info on line 10. I find that hard to believe, but that's probably because of the order that I'm doing this in. If I had to guess, we make a character here. Does this have character data associated with it? It should. Great, now VS Code isn't going to navigate to this. Create overworld character, create this, add character data, then return it. Yeah, that should exist. So why? Oh, because it's primary. Right. All right, now how are we doing? Hey, we got it. Wow, that's really tiny. Oh, man. I wonder what happens if you scale the entire thing up. What would happen here? Scale equals, or just scale times equal to. Would that scale everything or not the control nodes? I don't think they did anything. Oh, because we're not in ready? Let's try that. I don't see it doing anything. I suspect that even scaling this up by like 5 isn't going to do anything. That's a little bizarre. Oh no, it's because it's a control. Yeah. It's only the sprite that would have a scale. This thing, I guess, has a scale, but it doesn't actually come into effect. What does scaling this do? No, it looks like scaling this should work. What? What happens if I just save it like this? Is it bigger? No, it's not. The scale... Oh, possibly because it's going into a quick info, and quick info has... It's a VBox container? Could we change the scale of this? Yes. Okay. All right. At least we can change the scale of something. I don't care about doing this now. I just want to make sure it's not going to be tiny forever, because that would be really hard to see and to click. Okay. So looks kind of like trash right now, but we'll get there and we'll connect everything. We need to reposition the sprite a little bit. It was set to like -2, -1 before. Why is it positioned weirdly? Sprite.position equals vector 2. So we want it to be a little bit farther to the left and a little bit up. I'm just going to do -5, -5 and see what happens. Yeah, still farther left by a lot and still farther up by a bit. Is this even having an impact? Yeah, it is. Okay, that looks better. Yeah, so something like this. And then make sure as we add in new characters that they don't go off the screen. Allow for adding new characters to this. Make sure the entries don't go off the screen. So if we had done this with the mage, this should have just worked, right? If I just put this down here and then said add 2, it should say mage in the thing. Yeah, it shows the mage character. Yeah, cool. Okay. Yeah, we just need to connect this stuff. Honestly, this isn't too bad. We're making good progress. So we're going to do this stuff in the afternoon and then just keep burning through all these things. Yeah, we're getting there though, to the point where this is going to be playable. For those who haven't heard, I am aiming for a week from today that you'll have a link that you can go to and you'll be able to try this out and give feedback. I will say this. If you ever plan on playing this prototype, like let's say a week or 2 from now, I really, really want you to fill out feedback. So ideally, you don't just play and then ignore it. You play and even say like, it was boring, I hated it, I stopped after 5 minutes. That's totally fine. I don't care what your feedback is. I'd like to get feedback so that I can comb through it all and figure out how we can improve the game. Some of the feedback will probably be like, hey, there's obviously lacking polish. Some of it's going to be, I'm not finding this fun, or here's what I think would be fun, or it was fun to begin with and it isn't after some amount of time. But yeah. Oh my God, it's so hard to get into a fight. Yeah. Got to do a lot of balance for this too. Man. But yeah, we've come a long way. Also, I didn't show how crush works. Let me show you this. I got to select this character first and then put all this in a crush. So the way that crush works with execution is if you kill an enemy, that you immediately do another attack with more damage. So if I just click this button enough, yeah, it takes 2 hits to kill an enemy. So maybe this won't be easy to show off. But at some point, it should just like chain kill a bunch of enemies. I don't even know if it does enough damage to do that. It has a chance to miss. So, oh, yep, I killed every single enemy at once. You can see what happens in that case. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, it's hard to show off, but it's working. We're controlling multiple characters independently. Yeah. Yep. Okay, I'm going to get going. I will leave you with a couple of links, as always. YouTube, if you're not already subscribed on there, and Discord, if you want to join. I'll be back in about an hour. And like I said, we're just going to tackle these tasks. It'll probably be about 3 hours when I get back. But I just joined. Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, but this morning has been going pretty well. I mean, I know I hit some snares, but we got over them and yeah, started making some progress. So I hope to see you all in the afternoon. Take care. Have a good one if I don't, and have a good weekend too. See ya.